The worst lies were the lies I told myself about the lies others told me. Half the pain in human life comes from gazing in mirrors. When people are driving themselves crazy, they have neuroses or psychoses. When they drive other people crazy, they have personality disorders. The narcissist is like a bucket with a hole in the bottom. No matter how much you put in, you can never fill it up. The phrase, "I never feel like I am enough," is the mantra of the person in the narcissistic relationship. That's because to your narcissistic partner, you're not, no one is, nothing is. Hate is the complement of fear, and narcissists like being feared. It imbues them with an intoxicating sensation of omnipotence. Love is intermittent reinforcement, with spouses and children alike. The child is love-bound when the narcissist feels the child reflects their false self. The moment the child fails to do so, the narcissistic parent blithely discards them. Playing the victim role, manipulator portrays him or herself as a victim of circumstance or of someone else's behavior in order to gain pity, sympathy, or evoke compassion, and thereby get something from another. Caring and conscientious people cannot stand to see anyone suffering, and the manipulator often finds it easy to play on sympathy to get cooperation. I like to be admired from afar, and then complimented up close. Even though friends say they are interested in your life, they never really want to talk about you as much as you want them to. If I encounter a toddler with a machete, I may feel worried about the toddler, but I still get out of the way so that I do not get hurt. In the process of taking care of their own needs, many people with NPD hurt those around them. They are swinging mental machetes, devaluing words and abusive actions. Punchline: I believe that narcissists deserve our compassion, but compassion does not involve giving them permission to hurt other people or overlooking any damage that they do. When a toxic person can no longer control you, they will try to control how others see you. The misinformation will feel unfair, but stay above it, trusting that other people will eventually see the truth just like you did. Emotionally, narcissists are like brick walls who see and hear others but fail to understand or relate to them. As a result of their emotional shallowness, narcissists are essentially devoid of all empathy or compassion for other people. Lacking empathy, a narcissist is a very destructive and dangerous person to be around. In such a self-centered society, many people have gone to the extreme of narcissism, being solely concerned about their own personal well-being and agendas while excluding and exploiting others. Narcissism is not only epidemic, but is also a pandemic of our times that has been normalized and accepted. Self-serving, narcissistic people are incapable and unwilling to love due to a lack of authentic self and love for one's self and others. I understand perfectly because I'm in love with myself. The fact that I'm not transfixed in front of the nearest mirror takes a great deal of self-control. You don't believe that your friend could ever do anything great. You despise yourself in secret, even. No, especially when you stand on your dignity. And since you despise yourself, you are unable to respect your friend. You can't bring yourself to believe that anyone you have sat at table with or shared a house with is capable of great achievement. That is why all great men have been solitary. It is hard to think in your company, little man. One can only think about you, or for your benefit, not with you, for you stifle all big, generous ideas. Narcissists have poor self-esteem, but they are typically very successful. They feel entitled, they're self-important. They crave admiration and lack empathy. They are also exploitative and envious. The malignant types never forget a slight. They may kill you 10 years later for cutting them off in traffic, but they act perfectly normal while plotting their revenge. I is the ego that we must avoid at any cost if we truly wish to be different from narcissists. Instead of using I repeatedly, it would be wise to replace it with we. People with NPD have a strong need, in every area of their life, to be treated as if they're special. To those with NPD, other people are simply mirrors, useful only insofar as they reflect back the special view of themselves they so desperately long to see. If that means making others look bad by comparison, say by ruining their reputation at work, so be it. Because life is a constant competition, they're also usually riddled with envy over what other people seem to have, and they'll let you know. The emptiness of the narcissist often means that they are only focused on whatever is useful or interesting to them at the moment. If at that moment it is interesting for them to tell you they love you, they do. It's not really a long game to them, and when the next interesting issue comes up, they tend to that. The objectification of others viewing other people as objects useful to his needs can also play a role. When you are the only thing in the room, or the most interesting thing in the room, then the narcissist's charisma and charm can leave you convinced that you are his everything. The problem is that this is typically superficial regard, and that superficiality results in inconsistency, and emotions for the narcissistic person range from intense to detached on a regular basis. This vacillation between intensity and detachment can be observed in the narcissist relationships with people, acquaintances, friends, family, and partners, work, and experiences. A healthy relationship should feel like a safe harbor in your life. Life throws us enough curveballs in the shape of money problems, work issues, medical issues, household issues, and even the weather. Sadly, a relationship with a narcissist can be one more source of chaos in your life, rather than a place of comfort and consistency.